Hello, people that's in the house out there. Today we're talking about Pope Francis coming to Ireland. Today, I know I've been off for a week, so I'm just going to talk about this and just give a quick message to everybody in the Republic of Ireland and everybody outside Ireland to know that what happened in the church in the past with child abuse, and as Taoiseach said, Leo Varadkar, which he gave a good speech at Dublin Castle. He hit the nail on the head. He made the Catholic Church look fierce bad, and he said everything that should have been said, and I appreciate what he said. But the Irish people, what action from the church? They do not want. I am severely apologise. I believe that this Pope is the best we ever had, and with the best we ever will get. And I hope Pope Francis will bring accountable to the clergy, people who covered up child sex abuse in the church during the last generation and this generation, whatever generations. And these cardinals or whatever they are should be brought to justice in an Irish court if it is an Irish case, if it's an American case in an American court, if it's a Belgium case in the Belgium court. But I would like to say this to all the priests who are still alive and who abused children in the past or who are abusing children to this day, maybe are. I would like to say this to all yous, and then to any only person who is abusing a child, because it's as Pope Francis said, it's a miracle of life to have a child. And I would tell everybody that zero tolerance will be given if I find out anybody who's abusing a child. I will report them straight away, and I will go with the guards to confront them, and I will kick the living daylights out of them, because it's not right to abuse a young girl, young child, 7, 8, 9, 5 months old even. It's not right to even hit them. It's not even right to touch them unless you're their father or their mother, just to fix their clothes, but not to take off their clothes inappropriately. I would like to say to the priests, you've been taught the ways of God. You're on this earth to do God's work. You're representing the Catholic Church in this great republic. And I would tell all Catholics to report any child abuse or any cover-up of child abuse to An Garda Síochána O'Connell or to any Garda station or to any government minister, because as the Taoiseach said, and as everybody in this country says, this is no more going to happen in this country. And I am going to take this policy from now on to anybody who abuses a child in my town or in my village where I live. If I know of anybody abusing a child, if I see anybody even hitting a child for doing something wrong, I'm going to just swear on them. And it's simple as that. I'm going to come down very heavy on the parents. It's simple as that. This is a very serious thing, and I will not stand down from it. Children are precious objects, the same as antiques, but antiques are old, and we must cherish the past, and we must cherish the future, and the future is our children. And I would like to say to Pope Francis, if he is listening, or any of the cardinals, to have a bit of decency and to release the fires that older men, women and children, older men and older women are looking for fires of their child that were taken away from them in mother and baby homes. I would like Pope Francis to just release that and give them closure. Even if they're dead, they have a bit of closure in their life. Because that's not right to have not knowing where your child is. That's not right. There's people waiting 50 years to find out. And I tell the church, and I have loads of faith in Pope Francis, that he will bring an end to the old church and in with the new church. Because Pope Francis is a redeforming pope, a revolutionary pope. And I hope to God, and I pray, and I pray, and I pray that there be no more child abuse by any priest, in America, Scotland, Wales, no matter where the hell they are. I really hope in the next few months, in the next year, there'll be loads of priests and bishops who abuse children brought up to court in Ireland or in the rest of the world, and showing pure justice, because abusing a child is the most heroic experience. Them children will have to live with the memories, which are terrifying. Let me tell you, I know I was a victim of not child abuse, but I was a victim of the church saying you have to pay to get into heaven, and I had to pay. I paid money towards the church to say that I wanted to get into heaven, and I was a fool to believe that. You give money if you want to give money, and if you don't want to give money, then fuck them. Simple as that. I don't use political correctness. I'm just purely saying it. Well, I tell the Irish people again, I can't stress this enough. If you see child abuse by anybody, any priest, any bishop, report it. Because they do not deserve to walk the streets. They do not deserve to have a life. The only thing they deserve for abusing a child is a prison cell with 4 walls and an iron gate. And I would like to say one more thing on the positive thing. I'm very pleased that Pope Francis did come and address issues and give some people closure. But there is a lot of things to be ironed out. Thank you.